My name is Juan Osorno. I'm the dry bean breeder at North Dakota State University. I cover a lot of things because there was a lot of information I wanted to share. One of the most important things is to show them the army of people that work at NDSU doing dry bean research, and research that is going to be beneficial for the whole industry in many aspects, right? In my personal part, my portion that I do, I'm always focused on developing new varieties, improved varieties for our industry and our farmers. We just talked about a new pink bean that we're releasing. We name it ND Rosalind. It's high yielding, beautiful seed, upright plant architecture, so we're really excited about it. Pink beans in the large scale of things are not too big, but still it's an important market class, and we export a lot to the Caribbean and Central American countries, so I think it was important. There are not many varieties out there that we can have available, so good alternatives. I also talk about research that we're doing regarding disease resistance and how that helps to get us in a more sustainable production practice by reducing the amount of chemicals that we're using and how that's beneficial. We talk about waterlogging and salinity and how the combined effect of those two things in many cases are very detrimental, and how we can, through breeding, try to improve on that. We talk about brookid resistant varieties, right, that we're doing for Africa, but eventually also using the same material to develop local dry bean varieties that will have that resistance, so when they are exported to other countries, they won't have the issues with storage. Finally, I mentioned quickly about a new insect that is present in Central America that is causing major damage of bean production down there. I don't think it's going to be an issue for us, but it was important that the people knew about it and at least had it in their radars. Breeding is about a suite of traits, right? Think about breeding as a collection of different traits. So when we think about a good variety, what makes that variety good? It's not just one thing. It's usually a series of attributes that we consider that are good for that variety. High yield, nice, good-looking seed, shape, size, color, the upright architecture, the right maturity, right? The right dry down, and hopefully some disease resistant components as well. So imagine you're just mixing all these genes in a bucket, right? And trying to figure it out and find the one that combines all the good traits that you want. That's the challenging part. If I could work just on one thing, I would be extremely successful. But it's just the blending of all the good attributes that really makes things really hard. I love it, number one, because I'm doing all my selection work in the same conditions as they are. So most of my breeding nurseries actually are in farmers' fields. Many of our farmers give us a chunk of land. It's like, oh, how much you need? And they give us for free in many cases. They don't even charge me rent. They're happy to be part of the process and know that they contributed somehow to this. So whatever struggles they have with diseases, or waterlogging or salinity or things like that, I'm working under those same conditions, which makes my job very productive and applicable for what they want in many cases, right? The interaction. Every time I'm in the field, taking my notes and evaluating my plots, they will show up and they will tell you what's happening, what are the struggles, what they're dealing with, what is the current situation. So that feedback is so important for me to have a clear north of what are the things that we need to be focusing on for the industry. Oh, multiple. The first one that I can tell is ideas and germplasm exchange. So with my colleagues around the world, we're able to share material that has traits of a lot of that can be useful for anybody, right? So for me, for example, being part of this project in Africa, I was able to access germplasm that I could use in my breeding program that otherwise I could probably never get into it. So, and then the ideas, the exchange of ideas, going to those places and understanding what are their struggles, what are their problems. Many of those problems in many cases are common across regions. So we can work together trying to solve the same thing rather than duplicating efforts, right? In order to so yeah, in the meat community is one of the best things about my job. They're really, really nice people. Everybody works together. Yeah, it's one of the fun things about my job. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that are interesting always to share all the things that we do. And I actually didn't cover everything, right? But my main message to the community also is that they realize that there is an army of people at NDSU that are doing fantastic research that helps, hopefully, our bean industry to become more productive and more successful. If I didn't have the support of the growers and I didn't have them backing me up and everything I do, I would probably go and find another job because I think I would feel like I'm not being useful for what I was supposed to be doing in society. I mean, what is my contribution to society, right? Having their back and their support all the time on the things that we do, getting their feedback on what are the things that they consider important, for me, it's critical. I will not be doing this job if I didn't have that interaction. So for me, what they do and what we do together, it's probably the most important thing in my career. The interaction, the opportunity to learn not only about the things that we're doing, but also the opportunities that you have across the entire industry, vendors, packagers, seed sales. I mean, the whole industry is pretty much being represented here. The major players are here. So, I mean, this is the place to be. I don't think there is any other bean meeting in the US as big as this one. You gotta come and see it. This is my 16th birthday. 16th bean day, right? So yeah. I think the only one that we didn't have a bean day was during COVID time, and that's yeah. So it's been, yeah, I'm still not sure why they still keep calling me, but yeah.